When new mobile games drop, you know that I'm here to share them with all of you. And on top of that, sometimes I like to even dig up some old ones that may have been forgotten or never even found. Today I have a list of 10 mobile games for you that are going to be something that are going to probably intrigue you and make you want to dive in, drop a download, and test it out for yourself. So let's dive into my list and see if there's anything that interests you. Today we're starting out with a game called High Water, which is a Netflix title. It has 100,000 downloads and 3.5 stars. This is categorized as an action game, and it's one where you're inside of an open world that needs to be explored. What's going on here regarding the story is the rich people are heading over to Mars while us normal folks, we're stuck here on Earth while things are starting to flood, and we need to make sure that we could survive this water-filled planet. I really do like the element of this game where it brings in the aqua, and it does also open up a nice world for us to explore and try to survive within. Definitely a cool take on a modern genre. In addition to this, I think the graphics are really cool. It's got that atmospheric look with a not extremely detailed looking character class, but something that does have a nice touch to it that makes you enjoy it while you play. I think this title is really good, and I think you may like it. Next up, we have Dark and Light Mobile with 10,000 downloads. And look at this, only 2.3 stars. I want you guys to give me your impressions of this one yourself though, and not just go by the ratings given by the users. Essentially what is being built here is done off of the Unreal Engine 4, which tells me that the game is going to have incredible ability, and we could kind of push that whole system to the limit. This is a sandbox title, meaning we could do anything that we want inside of the game. Any building, any creating, any realms, any things that we want to put together, we have the ability to do, which makes it quite interesting and gives us a lot of possibilities. You have different types of lands that you could build within, and different fantasy creatures that you're going to encroach on throughout the game. Just to name a few things that we could do inside of this game, we have the ability to build houses, tame magical creatures, and do researches into magical technologies, and you could also shuttle between multiple servers and do all types of collaborative things with your friends. And next up we have Squad Busters, and to demonstrate this title, my good friend Chiscool Gaming has actually started a new channel called Chiscool Plays, where I'm getting the footage for today's video. This is the newest Supercell title that I think is gonna hit the space and the mobile scene by storm. It's out in certain regions of the world right now, such as Canada, but will be global in just about 2 weeks for all players to dive into. This title is extremely fun. You have to go run through the map, harvest different materials as you go around the map, and basically build your squad with a variety of Supercell characters from all of the Supercell games, including Clash of Clans, Brawl Stars, Clash Royale, and even something like Heyday. All the characters are going to have different abilities. Some are great for farming, as you could see in this video. Chiscool is demonstrating the ability of having Greg on your team to do a really nice job to power up and farm your way around the map. But this is a PvP game, and you're going to need to be very smart in how you power up and when you engage your opponents to make sure that you could survive, because at the end of the day, you want to come in first place in your battles. I think this is going to be one of the larger mobile games this year in 2024, and I want to see who's interested in playing it, and maybe even in the comments below, you could let me know if you've already tried. 2112 TD Tower Defense Survival. All right, boys, another tower defense game, and you know I'm a huge fan. I'll even let the graphics slide a little bit because of the genre itself. This one sits with 100,000 downloads, 4.7 stars, and is a premium title with a $2 price tag. You obviously have the ability to upgrade your trees and your weapons along the way, but what I really like about this one is the outlook of the game. As you could tell, you have a pretty big map that you're trying to defend. It's not just a very small area, so you have a lot of things to think about during your gameplay, a lot of territory to keep safe. The upgrades are really fun inside of the game. I like the spacey alien theme, and it's really just a tower defense game that adds to the repertoire of titles we have on mobile that really demonstrate and represent the TD space well. Next up, we have The Longing, A game with 1,000 downloads, 4.4 stars, and that's only been out for a while here on mobile. Another premium title here with a $5 price tag. This is a very story-driven game and one that takes a long time. It is not a fast-paced experience, but one that's going to take you through decades of gameplay. I really like the atmospheric element of it, and honestly, the slow pace and simplicity of this game. Definitely one worth checking out if you're looking for something that's gonna just slow down your gameplay and give you a different type of experience. And I said decades, but we're really talking about a time span within 400 days. This one brings us something different than anything else on today's list. Next up, we have Oceanhorn with 5 million downloads and 3.5 stars. This is a very cool looking game. I like the whole RPG top-down element of it, and it does look like a Nintendo 64 version of a Zelda game. But this is an action role-playing game that's going to give you some puzzles and have to make you figure out your way around. The combat's fun, the graphics are kind of awesome if you ask me, and it just seems like a game that could take a lot of your time and be really enjoyable on that journey. Alt City Online Crime Games is what we're taking a look at next here. This game has 500,000 downloads and 3.8 stars, and it's going to be your closest rendition to a GTA style game that we have here on mobile. Here you're going to be able to race around in cars, take people down if you want to, and of course have a ton of great fun gunplay. There's really nothing on the list that I have here for you today that's similar to this one. It's going to allow you to test out being your city style badass and take down people along the way. Remember, drive your vehicles carefully in real life, and let's see if this is one that you guys are into. I was never a GTA guy myself, but maybe you are. Company of Heroes. For years you had this experience on your console, but now we get the experience as well on mobile. With 100,000 downloads and 4.4 stars, this title holds a hefty price tag of $14. Company of Heroes is a strategy tactic style game that puts you on the battlefield from days of old and lets you engage in the battles that once were. Now, if you're looking to spend a few bucks on a mobile game, with this one again having a pretty hefty price tag, this is one that you could consider if you either enjoyed the game from the days of old on console, or if it's a genre that you really just do love. It's definitely done well. Death's Door is up next, and it's another Netflix title with 100,000 downloads and 3.6 stars. Essentially what we're looking at here is an action RPG style game where you play as a crow and have to go around to make sure the missions are completed, upgrade yourself, and get new battle mechanics along the way. It's a casual and kooky looking game. As you can see, the characters you run into are a little funny looking, and the crow itself, well, you're playing as a crow, so that should say enough as it is. But the gameplay is actually quite fun, and it represents the genre very well. If you like action RPGs and are looking for something else to try out, this is definitely an option. For me, I play Diablo Immortal every single day on my second channel, Echo Gaming Diablo, but this is one, being a fan of the genre, that I think would be worth a try. And we have Gunfire Reborn, and I want to let you guys know that I put out top 10 lists on this channel every single day. I'm talking about mobile games, talking about free-to-play games on Steam, PC, etc. And if you're looking to know what you should be playing next, or at least know what's out there for you to have as an option, consider subscribing if you enjoyed today's video. But Gunfire Reborn is a game with only 10,000 downloads and 4.4 stars, and it does have a $7 price tag. This one is an adventure level-based game featured with first-person shooter, roguelike, and RPG elements. Here, players can control heroes with various abilities to experience diverse build gameplay, use randomly dropped weapons and props to explore random levels. The game supports both solo and multiplayer modes for all players as well. So, something very different here that actually looks quite cool.